G thinks there's about to be a civil war.
Bro, honestly, like, fuck. I don't even know. I'm hoping not. I think there honestly is a high chance of one happening.
So it's gonna end up being between like a lot of the sheeple who just like believe everything they hear.
Yeah.
And the people who are like, you know, real motherfuckers.
I see like a split, honestly.
Yeah, it won't be open. It won't be open conflict.
But like, and at first you're like, oh yeah, like, you know, the real motherfuckers would have no problem trouncing those dorks. But then they're gonna also be backed by the CIA, and that side's gonna have a lot of like high, you know what I mean?
Bro, we're already in warfare. I mean,
100%.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
It's all internal.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Cold War, right? It's a propaganda war. It's a digital war.
Yeah.
It's a financial war. You know, if what was happening to our own citizens, if we were doing it to another country, it would be considered acts of war.
100%.
Right, we'd probably intervene.
We've done it.
What's an example?
Oh, dude, first of all, we do regime change all the time. Something called a color revolution. I don't want to go too crazy on it because it takes too much time. But there's a color revolution, and we've been doing it for 70 years, right? We take people, we implement in democratically elected countries, South America, the Middle East. We rig the elections. We put in the people we want. Then they're like, you know what? I feel messed up that I'm doing your bidding instead of my people's bidding. I'm going to work for my people, and then we murk them and put in somebody else. Saddam Hussein was a huge ally of the United States and then became an enemy of the United States. You know, what we did with Gaddafi. Now, the rub is like, well, these guys are bad guys. Well, yeah, sure. They don't have to be good guys. There doesn't have to be a good kind of bad guy in everything. Like, you can look at Vladimir Putin and say, Vladimir Putin's a bad guy, yes. And you could also say what we're doing with Ukraine is fucked up. Both of those things can be true at the same time. There doesn't have to be a good guy and a bad guy. There's almost never a good guy and a bad guy when it comes to international politics.
Gray area, right?
It's shades of
gray.
yeah. You know, and if you're talking about, if Vladimir Putin was arresting his political opponents, silencing his own citizens that disagreed with him, seizing lands, right? Contaminating water, contaminating food, you'd say, okay, this is a tyrannical dictator.
Yeah.
Something should be done about this despot. America 2023, baby. But it's okay, though, because the elites that own the media and the elites that own the internet say it's okay. They run coverage 24/7. So there's no panic, which is amazing. Like, I'm in the supermarket the other day. I told you this. I'm getting an aneurysm. Going, I can't believe how expensive this is.
Right. You said that. You said that on the last podcast. You're talking about the shrinkflation.
But now I feel like I'm a monster because I'm like, everybody else is just calm. How am I the only one losing my shit? Does everybody else have twice as much money as me? Like, what's going on? Like, how does nobody care? And I'm telling you, this is where I turned 180 on it. This is where I said, fucking America is so good. We are so great that we can't even fuck it up. They're trying, and we're letting them do it, and they still can't do it. We're so fucking good. This place is so fucking amazing that everything they could possibly do to submarine us can't take the shit down. All we got to do is just wake up a little bit. All we got to do is just come together a little bit. These people are doing everything they could possibly do to bury us, and they can't do it. And we're not even paying attention.
Right.
If we paid attention for even a second, forget it. Forget it. So, I've gone from believing or worrying that this was going to happen to hoping it happens. Once it's out in the open, it will be undeniable. I posted something today about the Great Reset. It was from 2020, and it's from 2023. And the 2020 article, same news organization, CBC, 2020 making fun of people for saying that there was a Great Reset. Oh, the right-wing conspiracy about some global intervention they call the Great Reset, you know, and it's like, you know, check on your friends that they believe these right-wing conspiracies. 2023, how the Great Reset is the future of the economy. Right. A gentler, nobler capitalism is on the way. So they go from making fun of you for thinking it exists, and then 3 years later, they make fun of you for thinking it's not the right thing to do. Dude, all we got to do is just drag this shit into the light. Just drag it into the light, you know? And once people see it, it'll be undeniable. It'll be undeniable. And then once it's undeniable, or the unfortunate thing, or the pain threshold gets hit, which is where I hope doesn't happen, one of two things has to happen. Either it has to get dragged into the light where it's undeniable, or we have to hit a pain threshold. And I'm hoping this happens instead of this. But man, once it does.
You got any thoughts on that, Mace?
Right. Honestly, I think we're going to have to hit the pain threshold because most people are just simply unaware. And that's also like what we're trying to do is help raise that awareness in people and themselves, right? Through meditation, through nutrition, all these things that, expand us to areas most people have never even experienced in their life. Yeah. Right. And so, yeah, if you just follow the money, it basically tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, all these terms, all this bullshit on like conspiracy theorists. Whenever you hear the term conspiracy theorist, you're listening to some truth, because that term was created by the CIA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the 60s after a president was assassinated. So,
by us.
Yeah, that's right. So
by the CIA.
Yeah, if you go deep into that and who is connected in that, it tells you literally everything you need to know. So just follow the money.